You don't buy this car to win stoplight races. You buy it to bend physics until it politely asks you to stop. The 2026 Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut Väder isn't just another hypercar with a big number attached to it. It's Christian von Koenigsegg standing up and saying, "This is as far as we're willing to push the internal combustion engine." And that alone is why this car matters. In a world racing toward electrification, software updates, and synthesized speed, the Jesko Absolut is a mechanical mic drop. This sits at the very top of the hypercar food chain, above Bugatti Chiron Supersport, above anything with a prancing horse badge, and in a completely different philosophical universe from electric hypercars. Where others chase lap times or luxury excess, the Absolut chases one thing: maximum speed, achieved through brutal efficiency rather than theatrical aero. The Väder specification takes that idea and wraps it in a finish that feels almost mythological, like a storm frozen in carbon fiber. Visually, the Absolut doesn't scream. It whispers something far more intimidating. Without the massive rear wing of the standard Jesko, the car looks impossibly long, stretched, and smooth, like it's already moving even when it's parked. The bodywork flows instead of attacking the air, and the Väder finish plays with light in a way that makes the car feel alive, almost shifting moods depending on where you're standing. It's not flashy in the traditional hypercar sense. It's purposeful, cold, confident, and then you get closer and the details hit. The exposed carbon, the impossibly tight panel gaps, the sense that this thing was assembled with obsessive intent rather than mass production efficiency. This doesn't feel like a car built to impress crowds. It feels like a car built to satisfy its creator. But the real magic starts when you talk about how it moves. On paper, yes, the numbers are absurd. Over 1,600 horsepower on E85, a red line north of 8,500 RPM, a theoretical top speed that Koenigsegg claims could eclipse 300 miles per hour. But here's the important part. None of that feels like marketing fluff once you understand how it delivers that performance. The Jesko Absolut doesn't rely on hybrid assistance. There's no electric torque filling gaps. Everything you feel comes from that twin-turbo V8 and the insane 9-speed light-speed transmission. And in the real world, that means response. Immediate, violent, and strangely controlled response. Throttle inputs aren't requests, they're commands. At lower speeds, it's surprisingly composed. Not soft, not relaxed, but usable. The steering is alive in your hands, constantly feeding you information, and the car feels narrower than it looks once you're moving. But lean into it, really lean into it, and the Absolut transforms. The acceleration doesn't just push you back, it feels like the horizon is being pulled toward you. There's no dramatic soundtrack engineered for drama. Just mechanical fury, turbo whoosh, and a relentless surge that doesn't fade. This isn't a car that eggs you on with theatrics. It intimidates you with capability. Inside, the Jesko is a reminder that Koenigsegg understands something many hypercar brands still struggle with. Usability doesn't cheapen exclusivity. The cabin is snug but intelligently laid out. Visibility is better than you'd expect. The digital displays are clean and driver-focused, not overloaded with gimmicks. And while it's not plush in a luxury sedan sense, the materials feel special in a way that's hard to fake. Everything you touch feels deliberate. There's climate control that actually works, seats that support you without punishing you, and enough adjustability to make long stints possible, assuming your definition of a long stint includes occasional triple-digit speeds. This is not a stripped-out race car pretending to be road legal. It's a road car that happens to be capable of rewriting record books. Now, let's talk practicality, because yes, that matters even at this level. Is it daily drivable? Technically, yes. Realistically, that depends on your tolerance for attention, speed limits, and anxiety. Ground clearance is manageable with the lift system, and the car isn't as fragile as it looks, but this is still a low, wide, expensive piece of engineering art. Storage space is minimal, measured in weekend bag if you pack carefully terms. Comfort is good for a hypercar, not good by normal standards. Fuel consumption is exactly what you think it is. Maintenance is specialized, expensive, and entirely dependent on Koenigsegg's small but highly dedicated service network. This is not a car you casually hand over to a local shop. Ownership requires commitment, patience, and resources that go far beyond the purchase price. And speaking of price, let's be honest. By the time a Jesko Absolut Väder changes hands, you're comfortably north of $3 million, likely well beyond that depending on spec and market conditions. That puts it squarely against the likes of Bugatti's high-speed variants and limited-run hypercars that barely pretend to be road-friendly. So is it worth it? That depends on what you value. If you want the most luxurious experience, a Bugatti still makes more sense. If you want cutting-edge electrification and instant torque, electric hypercars exist. But if you want a car that represents the absolute peak of internal combustion performance, engineered by a company willing to ignore convention and do things their own way, the Jesko Absolut stands alone. There are trade-offs. It's intimidating to drive fast. It demands respect. It's not forgiving if you treat it casually. And it's not a status symbol in the way some buyers expect. Many people won't even know what it is. But for the right owner, that's the appeal. This car is for someone who doesn't just want speed, but wants to understand it. Someone who values engineering purity over brand recognition. Someone who sees the end of the internal combustion era coming and wants to own one of its final, greatest expressions. If you're looking for comfort, convenience, or effortless prestige, this isn't your car. If you want a machine that feels like it was built with zero compromise, zero committee oversight, and zero concern for trends, this might be the ultimate answer. The 2026 Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut Väder isn't about chasing records for headlines. It's about proving what's possible when one company refuses to accept limits. And in that sense, it's not just worth the money, it's priceless to the right person. So here's the real question for you. If you had the means, would you choose this over a Bugatti? Or does raw, uncompromising engineering matter more to you than luxury and legacy? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this kind of deep, honest car analysis, you know what to do.